Welcome to Mastering Mondays. It's going to be a great day. I am Omika Benjamin and I am excited. Alan and Monique Williams never disappoint. And since they never disappoint, why should we disappoint them and not show up, right? So go ahead and drop your name, your city, and the state in the chat. Go ahead and share this with about 3 people. It's time to make Monday meaningful. So let's go ahead and get into this content.
Welcome back to Mastering Monday. I am your host, Alan Williams Jr. Guys, I'm excited about today. But first, before we get into today, I want to hear from you. Let me know you're watching me this morning. Let me know. Because I have people, that hit us up offline and they say, man, I'm loving the show, loving the content. I want to see you in the comments. Let's mix and mingle. Drop your name, drop your city, drop your state. Let us know where you're watching this from today. I'm excited about the content today. I'm telling you, I'm excited. I'm going to pull up my notes. I'm ready to dive in. I'm ready to get to it because over the past couple weeks, we've been talking about a major topic, and that topic has been rejection. Rejection, right? That topic has been rejection. So we broke down the acronym of LOSS, and I'm telling you, if you missed that, man, I'm telling you, I'm going to go back over it during our first few moments this morning. But guys, that acronym of LOSS, starting with the L, right? L for learning. Whenever you face rejection, you should debrief that. You should look back. There's a necessity to debrief. Most of the times, whenever we feel ashamed or whenever we feel let down, we try to shy away from visiting that moment. No. We have to debrief. I remember when I was breaking through and speaking, and I remember my first time, actually leading a speaking event, of a greater magnitude. And I remember, in my estimation, it was bad. It was really, really bad. My wife, she was nice to me. She was there just, kind of, supportive the whole time, but I could still tell, like, listen, she was like, no, we got work to do. And I knew in my heart of hearts, listen, I had work to do. I had to get the reps in. I had to develop those muscles, right? And I remember just kind of, laughing and talking with my mentor about that moment. And one thing that he asked me, he said, how many times have you went and reviewed the actual recording of that event? All right. And I said, well, to be honest, I said, I really don't want to go back to that moment. Right. I really don't want to, it was a very light statement. And he looked at me, very, very seriously in that light moment and said, no, it's important that you go back and you review that. As painful as it is, as painful as it might be, it's important that you go back and you review it, because when you go back and you review it, you're taking it in. So once you get through that pain, the whole thing will probably be painful. I'm gonna be honest. The whole thing will probably be painful. But once you go through that pain of like, man, I really dropped the ball, what happens is it turns from just being a painful, like, to being motivating, right? Like you want to get back as quick as you can. You're like, okay, I can capitalize on this. Okay, I know to never do this again. I know I was heading in a good direction here, but it needs a little more, right? I got to do a little more here. Maybe I can say that differently. Maybe I can, get some crowd engagement. Just so many things begin to pop off that if you did not pop off in your mind, now not pop off, listen, stay with me. I'm just saying we have viewers from all different types of contexts, but yeah, so many ideas come to mind whenever you debrief. And you're like, man, no, I can actually get better. So actually, that emotion of shame turns into a emotion of energy that motivates you and propels you to get better. Listen, guys, man, did you catch that? It's basically whatever you go through and you don't get desired results, right? You can get an okay result, but if you're aiming for mastery, and okay result isn't where we hang our hats. That's not where we park. That's not where we pull over and say, I've arrived. No. We strive for mastery. So even if you get okay results, you have to develop an appetite for debriefing, right? You have to be able to debrief. You have to be able to analyze a situation, your performance. You have to be able to analyze that and say, okay, I missed the mark here. Yeah. And even though I did okay on this, even though, the participant surveys say that I did okay or whatever the case may be, I still know, okay, if I reach this level, then I know if I hone in on it a little bit more, I know I can get better. Right? Is that making sense? If it's making sense, drop some fire in the comments. Drop some fire and let me know. So that was the L for how we should respond to loss or rejection. The letter O is opportunities. It's opportunities and objectives. Listen, because there's an opportunity in every learning, right? There's opportunities to get better, but there's also opportunities to capitalize and to recreate your objectives. What are objectives, Alan? Your objectives are, what are your pillars? What do you focus on, right? Okay, so I know if I want to get better in X, right, it's going to take me becoming this type of person to get better at it, right? Meaning that I have to focus on 4 to 5 different skill sets, I have 4 to 5 focuses over the next 3, 6, 9, 12 months. Right? I have these focuses and if I focus on these pillars, I'm going to arrive at my destination. I'm going to get extremely close to that destination, if anything, right? And so whenever we face rejection, whenever we face loss, it gives us the opportunity to recreate those objectives, enhance those objectives if necessary, right? Because if we're heading towards mastery, we have to constantly develop. We have to constantly develop our game plan, constantly develop our action plans, constantly develop the activity that we're involving ourselves in. Because if we stay with the same routine, come on, catch this now. If we stay with the same routine, we're going to get the same results. In fact, I would go as far to say you're going to decline. You're going to begin to decline. So L, learnings. O, objectives. Heading into that first S for the word loss, for that acronym loss. The first S is strategy. Yeah. You see how they're kind of linking together? Because once we identify our learnings, once we restructure our objectives, now it's time for us to get a strategy. Now it's time for us to and the strategy it's not just focused on one category. It's not just focused on business or, my career or education. No. Strategy is all inclusive. Why? Because there's outside factors that's going to compete with your time. There's outside factors that's going to compete with your energy. There's outside factors that's going to compete with your development, right? And so in your attention. So you have to get to a place where, yes, I capitalize on my learnings. All right. So these are my takeaways from my debrief. Yes, I recreated my objectives. This is what I came up with. These are my new pillars. These are my reestablished pillars now. I got my focus. And now I'm going to create an all-inclusive strategy. And if you guys have been rocking with us here on Master Monday, you've heard me talk about strategy and the necessity for strategy and spending time with your strategy. See, most of the times we create a strategy and then we leave. We create a strategy and then we're like, so now I'm going to kick back and I'm going to chill and watch this come to fruition. Nope, not going to happen. Say it with me. Nope, not going to happen, right? It's not going to happen, guys. We have to create an all-inclusive strategy, and then we have to spend time with that strategy every single day. One thing you can do to keep you motivated. You ready for this? Jot this down. One thing you can do to keep you motivated is wake up in the morning, do your prayer routine, do whatever routine you have, when you wake up, and then immediately after, look at your numbers. You say, well, Alan, what do you mean? What do you mean by numbers? So when you set those goals out, when you write that strategy out, there should be numbers. There should be benchmarks attached to that. If you face those numbers every day, listen, that's going to keep you disciplined. That's going to keep you motivated. That's going to keep you disciplined, keep you motivated because when we look back and we say, man, yesterday wasn't a good day. Man, this month hasn't been a good month. I'm not on track. Man, this quarter hasn't been a good quarter. Listen, that's motivating. But what happens is, just like debrief, right? We try to shy away from the numbers. We try to shy away from reality. We try to shy away from our performance. Guys, I hope you're getting it. I hope you're getting this. And guys, listen, the last part, the last step in responding to rejection for our acronym of loss is our second S, and that is serving. Guys, once you identify your skill, once you build a strategy around your skill, guess what you have to do? You have to go out and serve that skill. That's what makes us better. That's what separates us from other people, right? Is because we have the ability to serve. We understand that, man, not only is this skill set going to make me profitable, not only is it going to make me a better person, not only is it going to give me an opportunity to share my purpose with the world, but it's also going to make me better because I'm going to serve this skill set. Yes, find an area and serve this skill set. I've talked to you guys before about when I was in banking. Listen, what did I do? I went and identified people who were 3-4 levels above me, but where I wanted to go, on my trajectory of where I wanted to go. First, before I even did anything, I researched their role. I knew what their objectives were, right? I knew what their objectives were. After that, what happened? After that, I contacted them. How can I serve my skill? Listen, in this day and age, guys, listen, you find a skill. There's so many influencers. There's so many companies that are restructuring and everything. If you identify your skill set, contact people, make relationships, and you serve that skill. I have one better. As we begin to head on out of here, I've enjoyed you guys, but as we begin to head on out of here, I have one better. Listen, identify someone that you can serve. Identify someone that's operating in their grace, operating in their calling, operating in their purpose, and you add value to them without an expectation of anything in return. Listen, number 1, learning. Take away your learnings, debrief. Number 2, objectives, restructure, reanalyze. Number 3, strategy. Spend time with that strategy every single day. Number 4, serving. Find someone to serve. Find somewhere to serve. Guys, listen, I'm Alan Williams Jr. I have enjoyed you today. Go out and master your Monday, master your profession, master your week. And listen, I will see you back here next week on Mastering Monday.
I trust that message has blessed your life. Right now, I want to give you an opportunity to give to the Daniel Center. The information will be located right here at the bottom of the screen if you want to give into the Daniel Center.